Which capital lies closest to the equator? The equator is an unimaginable line that splits the globe into the northern and southern hemisphere. 13 countries have a territory that lies directly on this line, but little spoiler alert, there are no capitals directly on the equator. So I was wondering which one is actually the closest. And I think you might be surprised by how close some of these actually are. Let's find out. 10th is Mogadishu. The capital of Somalia has a latitude of 2.03 degrees, which is 226 kilometers or 140 miles away from the equator. This city lies in the southeast of the country and is on the coast of the Indian Ocean. 9th place is for Kigali. The capital of Rwanda lies 1.93 degrees south of the equator. This means that the city is 214 kilometers or 133 miles south of the equator. The landlocked country of Rwanda lies in Central Africa and isn't the last African country on this list. In 8th is Tarawa. This is the capital of Kiribati, one of the least known countries on this list. It lies 1.43 degrees north of the equator, which means that it is 159 kilometers or 99 miles from the equator. Kiribati is a country that consists of 33 atolls and one island in the Pacific Ocean. The different islands are spread across both the northern and southern hemisphere, as well as the eastern and western hemispheres. 7th is Singapore. This city is a country of itself and therefore also the capital. The city lies 1.28 degrees north of the equator, which is equal to 142 kilometers or 88 miles. This country in Southeast Asia lies just south of Malaysia and is separated by the Strait of Johor, and the Singapore Strait separates it from Indonesia in the south. In 6th is Nairobi, Kenya. The capital of this African country is also 1.28 degrees from the equator, but this one is on the southern side of it, so therefore it's also 142 kilometers or 88 miles south of the equator. However, the majority of this country is above the equator, lies in the northern hemisphere. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel to be updated with many more interesting videos to come. 5th place goes to Yaren, the main city of Nauru, which is probably the least known city or country on this list. And it lies only 0.53 degrees south of the equator, which is just 59 kilometers or 33.6 miles. Officially, Nauru doesn't have a capital, but all the administrative offices are in the city of Yaren, which is therefore considered as their capital. In 4th is Libreville. The capital of Gabon is only 0.38 degrees south of the equator. This means that there are only 42 kilometers or 26 miles between the city and the equator. Libreville is a port city and is on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. 3rd spot is for Sao Tome. The capital of Sao Tome and Principe is only 0.33 degrees from the equator, which is only 37 kilometers or 23 miles. The country lies in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of West Africa, and the two islands that are named are the largest ones. Furthermore, there are a handful of smaller islands that make up the entire archipelago. 2nd place goes to Kampala as we keep getting closer, because this capital of Uganda lies just 0.3 degrees north of the equator, which means it's only 33 kilometers or 20.5 miles. The Central African capital lies just north of the Victoria Lake, which is the largest lake in Africa and the main source of water that flows through the Nile. And can you get even closer? Well, yes you can. In 1st place is Quito. The capital of Ecuador is the closest capital to the equator at a staggering 0.25 degrees south. And it's the only South American city on this list. This means that it's just 28 kilometers or 17 miles from the equator. And as the name of the country already suggests, it's on the equator. Well, did any of these cities surprise you? Click here to find out which capital is the furthest south.